With a tenderness that spoke louder than words ever could, Tu Diem reached out and pressed her lips to Tone's cheek. The warmth of her kiss was a stark contrast to the emptiness she'd felt in his absence. Every sleepless night, every tear-stained prayer, every anxious moment she'd spent searching for him had culminated in this. The freedom to be near him again, to touch him, to love him without restraint. Though his eyes looked right through her, unaware of the depth of her devotion. Tu Diem didn't hold back. She let her heart speak in the gentle pressure of her lips. Praying he'd one day remember the love they'd shared, the laughter, the whispers, the promises. Tu Diem's heart skipped a beat, her soul sighing with a mix of relief and longing. For now, being by his side was enough. A sweet, precious gift that filled her with a sense of homecoming. Of finally being where they both meant to be. In each other's arms. A new chapter unfolds, and with it, a fresh start beckons. Wishing you all a happy new year, filled with hope, joy, and endless possibilities. After Mr. Tu and Tu Diem found Tone with the police, they decided to let him stay at the farm with Grandma, respecting his need for space as he recuperated from memory loss. The farm, with its rustic charm and Grandma's warm care, had become his safe haven. A place where he could heal without pressure. During Tu Diem's visit, Tone's initial cold demeanor sparked concern. He looked at her like a stranger, his eyes vacant, unrecognizing. But Grandma gently intervened, reminding him of their relationship. Tu Diem was his girlfriend, and she'd gone through hell looking for him. Tu Diem explained her intentions, calming Tone down, assuring him she meant no harm. She laid out her plans of taking Tone with her to take care of him. She honestly said that she was temporarily taking shelter with Mr. Tu and his mother, and that they would also welcome Tone in their house. But eventually, Tu Diem would look for a place to rent for her and Tone to start anew. Tone was hesitant, but Grandma reminded him that he had been in the farm long enough and now that his family had found him. Referring to Tu Diem, it was just right for him to be with her and let her take care of him. Once Grandma subtly excused herself, Tu Diem reintroduced herself, being her authentic self, vulnerable and open. With all humility, she asked Tone to let her in, not push her away, her voice laced with sincerity. Awkward at first, Tone warmed up to Tu Diem's natural affection. She held his hands, wrapped her arms around him in a gentle hug, and leaned her head on his shoulder, reenacting the intimacy they once shared. As they sat together, flashes of memories teased him. Fragments of laughter, whispers, touches, but faded quickly. Tu Diem worried about his headaches, the crease between her brows deepening. But Tone reassured her they'd subside, though he couldn't quite grasp the fleeting images in his mind. Tu Diem's days became a blur of exhausting work and sought-after visits to the farm. Her energy stretched thin as she juggled supporting herself and Tone's needs. She needed to earn extra, and the commute was grueling. But she refused to give up, driven by her determination and perseverance to win Tone's heart back. A task that felt like starting their romance from scratch. Every conversation was a delicate dance, every smile a tentative trice, and every gesture a cautious probe. As she navigated the unfamiliar terrain of his memory loss-induced indifference. The news of his labor work sent a jolt of concern through her. She enthusiastically encouraged him to join her in the fields, to help her harvest the fresh produce and sell it at the bustling market. The thought of him doing back-breaking work, his hands roughened by unfamiliar labor, was unbearable. She urged him to be by her side, working together like they used to. It is a chance to be together, to reconnect, and to remind him of the life they once shared. And maybe, just maybe, she could help him find his way back to her and to himself. Meanwhile, Tone remained passive in his efforts to regain his memory, even briefly displaying coldness and discomfort around Tu Diem, the very person who could help him piece together the fragments of his past. Yet, Tu Diem stood unwavering, her determination and patience serving as a buffer against his lukewarm reception. Overwhelmed with joy simply being near him, she infused their interactions with warmth and enthusiasm, slowly chipping away at Tone's reserve. Though still visibly awkward, he no longer actively distanced himself. A subtle shift that sparked a glimmer of hope in Tu Diem's heart, and a quiet sense of progress in their fragile, tentative bond. Tone's amnesia is like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a coping mechanism. On the other hand, it's a barrier preventing him from moving forward. It's been long overdue, and he won't recover through baby steps. His contentment with his current situation is eerie, like he's stuck in a state of limbo. It's as if he's subconsciously avoiding the truth, fearing the emotional tidal wave that comes with it. The truth about his adoption, the loss of wealth and identity, and the person behind his downfall. It's a ticking time bomb. The question is, what's going to make the ticking time bomb go off? Will it be Tu Diem's relentless pursuit? Or will it be a sudden trigger that brings it all crashing down? Or will the director and writers start to reconsider adding medical and professional help to their narrative, which they could have introduced since Grandma discovered Tone's almost lifeless body? Either way, Tone's life is about to get a whole lot more complicated. And it's a good thing Tu Diem is already by his side. Share your thoughts. Feel free to leave your comments below with your theories and predictions.